Do you think they could have redeemed it with a third chapter? No, this is already, we're past the point of irredeemability? Irredeemableness? I don't know. It's already too much. There have already been too many stupid plot elements that have been introduced to the game that should have never fucking been here. There should be no parasite shit ever. It shouldn't be in this game. There should be no Skullface. He shouldn't be in this game. Like, pretty much everything we've seen. Like, do you not understand the problem with this? Like, this is what we have, okay? We have Metal Gear Solid 3. We have, I think Portable Ops. And then we have Peace Walker. And then we have Ground Zero. And then we have Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and then Metal Gear Solid 4. Okay? Metal Gear Solid 5 goes right here. Why are we talking about Skullface, a character that's never ever been in the series before? Parasites, which have never ever been mentioned in the series before. Salamala Honka Monka Metal Gear that's like 50 million times cooler than anything in Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 and arguably 4, right? How do we go from Salamala Hama Competence to fucking Metal Gear shit Rex? And then, like, what the fuck? What is this bullshit? Like, none of this, like, why would you put so much new shit in the fucking game that's never been mentioned in any of the other, like, this game was just supposed to be an easy bridge between Metal Gear Solid,
You clearly never played 4, if you think Parasites and Skullface are bad.
Isn't Rex a crippled version of Salamanca? Yeah, it might be. Sahelanthropus? Sorry. I think they were trying something different, like open world. No! Fuck off! Gameplay has nothing to do with any of this. I'm just talking about the story, okay? The story of Metal Gear Solid 5. This game, the way that this game was supposed to work was play 4. I know pretty much everything there is to know about 4, even though I didn't play it. I watched like all the fucking... I know like 90% of the shit in the game, okay? 4 had a lot of like crazy shit, but like 4 is not even close to comparable to this game, okay? The thing about this game was, I'm just looking at story, okay? Metal Gear Solid 5 should have been filled with a ton of shit that made us go, oh, that's from Metal Gear Solid 3. Oh, that, you know, like that. Like, that should have been the whole game. Like, oh, there's the chick that goes on to become Sniper Wolf. Oh, there's Liquid and Solid Snake as kids. Like, that explains, you know, this. And, there's Ocelot, you know, turning into, like, an evil dude. And, oh, there's how the big boss becomes that. And, oh, there's this and that and that. Like, that's what this game should have been full of. Because we know all of this. We know all of this, and we know all of this, right? We know all of that shit. So why is there so much new shit in Metal Gear Solid 5 that hasn't been referenced in the entire fucking series? Why would you throw in shit like parasites of the fucking vocal shit? Why would you do that? Why would you throw in Skullface, who's the worst villain? So you wanted a nostalgia fest? Dog, the game is set up to be that. Do you not understand what the point of it's a prequel. Like, the game is a prequel. So yeah, to some extent, don't you think, what do you think is in The Hobbit? When you went to the theaters and watched The Hobbit, didn't you see a bunch of characters that you recognized from Lord of the Rings? If you went to the movie theaters and you went and saw The Hobbit, I never saw The Hobbit, okay? So... tell me if I'm wrong, but wasn't like Aragorn and the pretty boy elf guy that counts numbers with the dwarf guy, weren't there a lot of characters in The Hobbit that were in Lord of the Rings? Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be totally wrong. Can somebody tell me, is that true or not? It wasn't like The Hobbit, like the story before, like, oh, Legolas and Gandalf were? Bilbo and Gandalf were? Bilbo, Elrond, Gandalf. But The Hobbit should have been a nostalgia for people that read the books. basically, like, I mean, it's not that it's supposed to be a nostalgia trip, but like, when you know, like, it's like, this is what you got. You're telling like a story to like kids. Like, hey kids, here's the first part of the story. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Oh, sick. All right. And then here's the next part of the story. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like, oh my fucking God. Now I'm gonna tell you the middle part of the story. Like, holy shit, dude. I'm so fucking ready. Like, what's like the middle part of the story? And it's like, you get like some weird ass fucking shit that's like fucking like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this fucking shit? What the fuck? Why do you have all this weird, what? None of this even is part of the shit. Why would you, what? How does this even make sense? Like, what the fuck is even going on? No, it's not even like what. Why didn't we see like the beginning of Foxhound? Why didn't we see like Psycho Mantis as a non-retard floaty fucking piece of shit? Why didn't we see like Sniper Wolf is supposed to be in Africa at this point of time? Isn't she? Isn't Sniper Wolf's stories starting here? Why don't we see the beginning of like the Raven tank guy? Like, why don't we see Solid Snake in this game at all? The protagonist of like fucking 3 of the 4 biggest fucking Metal Gear Solid games. Like, why don't we see anything about Gray Fox? Like, we should be seeing a whole bunch of shit that leads into Metal Gear Solid 1 and Shadow Moses. We should be seeing a whole bunch of shit that it's like, oh yeah, that's how that becomes that, and that becomes that, and that. Everything is making sense because I'm watching the connector between Metal Gear Solid 3, Peace Walker, into Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid 1. Oh, cool. Like, I'm finally seeing how all of it connects because that's what this game was for. This game is to connect both of those stories. And now, with this game, oh my God, that's so cool. How I see now how everything is connected and the whole story is like connected. Like, oh man, that's so fucking cool. Like, but instead we get like all this shit introduced into the game that's like, Oh, apparently Psycho Mantis' story gets better. I haven't spoiled Psycho Mantis' story, or I haven't read enough. Maybe it will. I don't know. Well, Skullface is the worst fucking villain of any Metal Gear. Can we at least agree on that? Is there anybody that disagrees on that? That Skullface is the worst villain in any Metal Gear Solid game ever in the history of all of Metal Gear Solid games? Can anybody tell me?
Dang.
Is there anybody that disagrees with that?
This game is too repetitive and just overall shitty. It has zero continuity with the rest of the series. Kojima screws fucking over Russell. This whole game was pretty much autism. I'm still holding out for a major reveal though. D feels.
Psycho Mantis is 100% worse than Skullface? No, that's not even... Psycho Mantis isn't a main boss. The main boss in Metal Gear Solid 1 was Liquid Snake. And Liquid Snake and Solid Snake, their whole fucking story was all in Metal Gear Solid 1 was fucking awesome. Metal Gear Solid 2 got a little bit weirder, where you had like Solidus / Liquid Ocelot, but still tons of play between them and the main fucking villains, right? And then GI and all that shit. Metal Gear Solid 3 had fucking Volgan, who was a little bit kind of weak as a villain, okay? But at least Volgan had like his nationalism, and he had the Shagohod, and he was a strong, independent man. He shot electricity, fucking Volgan, rah! At least he didn't pretend to be some like shit that he wasn't. Volgan was just a dude that fucking loved the Soviet Union and wanted to fuck up America, right? Volgan is a sick ass fucking dude, right? And he fit that stereotype well. I felt like I was watching a fucking Rambo movie, right? And then Metal Gear Solid 4 had like Ocelot pretending to be Liquid Snake to fuck with the Patriots and Snake, and that plot got a little bit more crazy, but at least you had like a villain and you knew what they were going on about, and you knew everything that was happening, and you got all the dialogue and the story and the exposition and the characters talking to each other. It was cool. And then in Metal Gear Solid 5 you have Skullface, who is like trying to kill English because he wants to free the world from the Patriots. Why does he even hate the Patriots so much? Like, why does he take Snake on the most awkward car ride in all of gaming and probably media history? Why does he tell Snake everything? Does he think Snake's gonna just switch sides immediately? Like, what the fuck? Skullface is so fucking stupid. This guy that you spend the entire game trying to kill, like, all of a sudden wants to take you on a magical carpet ride through fucking... Whoa! The fucking desert? Oh...
Dank memes.
You forgot about Hot Cold.